Welcome back everyone. Thank you very much for watching this video guys. This is our new video. This video is all about NAT gateways, you know uh, how NAT works, what are the types of NATs, and what problem it is solving, where it is in place. So these concepts we are going to discuss in this video. And before going to start this session, I would like to, mention one point over here. If you folks are new, so please go and hit that subscribe button. I'll try to make more videos on the topics that are, are quite difficult to understand. I'll try to make the topics easier to understand actually. So for our new video, I have our document ready. If you need this document, I'll upload it somewhere. You can definitely go and download it. So this is our new video. This video is all about NAT. Basically NAT it stands for the network address translation. The network it is a networking technique actually. It is allow the private IP addresses to communicate to the internet actually. So basically sometimes the resources inside your private subnets, CCD instance or RDS servers or anything that is placed inside your private networks that require the uh, internet connectivity, and that's why you need a NAT basically. So this is the in general use of the NAT, and we will see one by one what are the main components and how it is actually translating the its IP address to the public world. So this is the video all over this. So most of the folks are aware about the NACs, but the folks who are not aware about the term, that is why NAT is needed. The private IP addresses, are not routable on the internet. Basically, this the resources inside your private network that holds the private IP address. Let's see if you have an IP range from, let's see, 10.0.0/8. It's a subnet, and then so these are the bunch of the available, we can say, the IP ranges I have kept in. So if the private resources you have launched in your private networks that require internet connectivity, then you will require a NAT that translate your private and IP address to its own public IP address. A NAT itself hold a public IP address that is used for communication. So this is how NATs works. Private instance, we have EC2 instance with the IP address, let's say 10.0.1.10. We have the EC2 instance inside your private network, and sometimes the EC2 instance required the update or patching, and then this EC2 instance have to send the request over the internet for the updates. Then to make the secure the instance in the secure we can say environment, we do not need to expose the public IP address of our servers to over the internet. Then we will go with NAT. NAT itself hold a public IP address, and then the NAT sends the request back to first it will send the request to your location, your public destination, and then it will send the request back to your EC2 instance actually. So let's say EC2 instance sends a request to internet. Basically, it need update. NAT gateway replace the private resources, private source IP with its public elastic IP. Whenever you create a NAT gateway inside your network, inside your EPC, then NAT also holds its public IP address. Internet responds to your public IP address and its requests, what are the content it is requesting, and then NAT gateways translate the response back to the private IP address. So this is the scene over here. The private interns can access the internet, but external users cannot initiate connection to it, as it is inside your private network. They do not have connectivity to your private instances. Then we can check what are the types of NATs actually. Static NATs, one private IP maps to one public IP. Let's see, you have your private instance, and that instance will, will map to any available public IP address. So this is the static NAT. And then again we have the dynamic NAT. Private IPs are mapped from pool of public IPs. The public IP address automatically assigned to your private maps to your private IP address. And this is the concept. Then we have port address translation. Then the request coming from the port, that will mapped to your public IP address. That's the port mapping actually. Multiple private IP shares the single public IPs using different port numbers. So NAT gateways in AWS. A NAT gateway is a managed AWS service that enables resources in the private subnet to access internet or AWS resources while preventing inbound connections initiated from the internet. If you are using the NAT, the outside users cannot access resources inside your private network actually. So this is the meaning over here. And NAT gateway architecture, let's see, we have internet, we have internet gateway, we have public subnet, then we have public gateway, the public IP address, then we have your private subnet, and in your private subnet you have your ECT or RDS or whatever the service you are using. So this is the the architecture, how the traffic is moving from internet to internet gateway to public subnets and to towards the NAT actually. So components are in use in this architecture. VPCs, public subnet, private subnet, internet gateway, NAT gateways, elastic IP, route tables. So these are the components are in use. Which folks are not aware about the terms, all these things. I'll make another video, and I'll definitely try to explain these terms as well. So this is the route table configuration. If you require, I'll post another video on how to configure the route table as well. We have one example over here to discuss. A private EC2 servers needs to download OS or patching or updates. Then NAT is useful over here. Let's see, your server, your EC2 instance wants to pull a Docker image, then it's obviously have to send the request over the internet to the public repository that is outside your private network. So this is how basically NAT is useful over here. NAT gateways versus internet gateway, provided internet access. NAT gateways outbound only, and inbound and outbound connections. So these are the few differentiation. You can go and yeah, we can you can find the difference between the NAT and internet gateways as well. So NAT gateways versus NAT instances. So this is the difference over here. Then again, point to discuss over here is high availability is design. NAT gateways are deployed within the single availability zone. Best if you have the AZ one, then you will have the NAT gateway as a one. Whenever you have a AZ, then each AZ will hold one separate NAT, and you will have to pay the pricing for NAT as well. Actually, NAT gateways are not free in use. security consideration in terms of NAT gateways. Cannot have security groups, uses network ACLs and route tables to route traffics, blocks, unisolated inbound traffic as well. Security is concerned over here. Allow responses traffic from outbound connections. So, this is all about the NAT gateways, guys. I hope this video was helpful to all the viewers. I hope you understood the NAT gateways, how they are important, and what problems they are solving, where they are in place, what types of NAT gateways are there, how they are translating the IP addresses, and they hold their own public IP address to communicate over the internet. So this was the brief video about the NAT gateways. If you folks require, more details over the any topic, you can definitely go and write down in the description section. I will definitely try to make videos on those topics as well. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Bye.